Welcome guys, this is Edwin, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to show you my top 5 prototypes that never saw the date of light in the production world for Emerson Knives for whatever reason, okay? And for the record, you know this, never say never, right? Hopefully some of this we will see in our future. Now, before I start, let me give an honorable mention to one of my favorite models from their hunting series, and I'm talking about the Tamarack prototype right here. And you're right, we do have this model in the production world, and it's known as the Overland Renegade. And every time someone asks me about an utilitarian EDC friendly blade, I always go with the Overland Renegade. I love that design, but the Overland Renegade does have a wave in it, and I wish we do have both versions, the one with the wave and the one without a wave, like this beautiful Tamarack, okay? I love the high grinds of this, a very utilitarian design, and one that I carry all the time, the Tamarack by Ernest Emerson, okay? Now, let's go with the top 5, so let's get going. And now it's more about a blade shape that we haven't seen in this lineup, okay? Because my number 5 is the Ballison Quaken, okay? The Quaken prototype, and this is a beautiful slim blade profile that captured the lines of the original Quaken Emerson folder perfectly. Look at this beauty, and its grinds right there, V grind, like you can see, and you know, just a beauty. Like, you know, in the production Ballison, we do have the CQC7, we have the Commander, we have the Longhorse, but we never saw the Quaken blade profile in it, and I wish we do see it in the future, because this one, guys, is just badass, you know. And this is my number 5. Now let's see what else. The number 4, one that we have seen in the custom world but never in the production world, and I'm talking about the Falcon model right here. This is just a unique profile with these very aggressive serrations in front, like you can see, and just a very different model that never saw the day of light, okay? Again, it's a beautiful 4-inch blade, and just the ergos of that handle are superb for such a big knife. It feels awesome, okay? And come on, you know, look at this guy right here, just superb, and it will be cool to see if we see this in a limited release or something like that. If they can do that, will be super cool. And this is my number 4, the Falcon, okay, prototype. Now the number 3, now we're going to some rare territory, because this is a model that you guys will recognize its name, because Spyderco ended up making this model a few years ago. But before that Spyderco model, back in 2011, there were designs and discussions between Kelly McCann and Ernest Emerson on the design called the Canis. And this is one of those prototypes that we never saw it being released. And this is definitely a treasure, a collaboration between these two masters on their field, right? And you have this very aggressive line on top, at the bottom, and then that reinforced tip on this beauty right here. And you know, if you're familiar in the whole self-defense and all that, you know about Kelly McCann and the Canis model, okay? And come on, Ernie, hopefully, if I have one wish, this is one of those, okay? I wish we can see this in a limited release somehow through Emerson Knives, because man, it will be a beauty to have this in the hands of others as well. So the Canis, a great design that I wish we see. And this is my number 3. Now, and number 2 is another collab that I will definitely say never is this beautiful 2003 prototype known as the Fusion model, okay? And this guy right here is a collaboration between Allen Elishewitz and Ernest Emerson, okay? The design and the lines are 100% Allen design, and like Ernest said in his description, this is one that they never had an opportunity to close and produce and and close that business and relationship, okay, in terms of this release. And things happen, people get busy, and something that we never saw, but you have a beautiful, guys, a beautiful gentleman blade with the classic Allen Elishewitz curves, and at the end of the day, 2 masters and legends in the knife industry coming together for this piece. How awesome is that? And I will tell you, definitely never say never. Maybe we'll see Allen Elishewitz and collab between Ernest in the future. Who knows? But this is the Fusion by Ernest Emerson in collaboration with Allen Elishewitz, my number 2. Okay, and my number 1 is this 2013 slip joint. That's right, guys, a slip joint by Ernest Emerson. And I do love my tactical knives, but I also love my slip joint. And this beauty right here is known as the Hummingbird. This is the first one, right, with that Hummingbird in the scales, making it very friendly. And short story is that Ernest presented this knife design to the Congress as part of, back in 2013, if I remember correctly, as part of that resolution that the US were looking into relaxing the regulations for carrying knives in airplanes. But then the whole thing went down and Congress backpedaled on it, and we never saw the release of this little slip joint. But given that lately Emerson Knives has been working on smaller knife releases like the Hummingbird that I've been carrying. Actually, I have it in my pocket. Let me show you right here. The Hummingbird that they released, and it's really tiny as well. Let me take out all that lint. Always in my pocket. They've been doing this style of smaller knives like the Hummingbird right here. And, I can totally see them releasing the Hummingbird in the future for us, the slip joint lovers. And that will be awesome to go back circle, and make a release on this one. And guys, those are my top 5 prototypes that we never saw in production. And guys, if you have any comment or question, feel free to jump in on YouTube comments, my Instagram in CaloPR, and of course in caloblades.com, that under recommendations I do have all the groups that we are always hanging out. Emerson Echo Group, Emerson Operators, and the USN forums. Okay, you guys have a great day out there. Bye.